This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by trainer Mark Tibbs out here in what was a sunny Texas earlier on. It's not so sunny now, but Mark, how are you doing?
Lovely, thanks Andy. Not bad, mate. I'm welcoming this rain. So I've been in the sun for months, and it's got on my nerves a little bit. Too much sun. Yeah.
Feeling a bit like home now?
Well, no, it's heavy. It's heavy, innit? It's heavy. It's hot. It's heavy, but that's nice. Bit cooler. Yeah.
Mark, talk to me about kind of working with Billy Joe, and we haven't actually had a chance to speak about how the entire relationship first began coming back together. Talk to me about how Billy originally reached out to you, and what kind of stuck out for you in your own mind that made you believe that you can be successful together heading into what will be the biggest fight of Billy Joe's career, one of the biggest that I imagine you've been involved so far in as well.
For sure, this is the biggest fight. I've been involved in some big sold-out stadium fights at the O2, Manchester Arena, and all up and down England. But this is the biggest of them all. But my relationship with Billy Joe Saunders, I mean, my father was his very first trainer. So when he first turned professional, all them years ago, and I was my dad's assistant. So I've known Billy Joe since he was probably 17, 18 years old. So yeah, so my dad took him through the southern area, British and European, up to world title. So we know each other very, very well. We know each other's work standards, so to speak. Yeah, so and getting back with Billy Joe Saunders, Billy Joe, after he won the world title with Andi Lee, him and my father split. They split up, and Billy Joe went off and went with a few other trainers and whatnot. And him and my father was due to get back together not too many years ago again, but it never materialised. And my dad's getting a bit older a little bit, so physically it's difficult for him to do the job that needs to be done. But as a boxing man, he's when and if I have to talk to my dad about boxing, which I don't very rarely do because it's just our relationship, but he's on the money with everything, and even being out here and in Fuerteventura now and again, I have a chat with my dad to discuss certain things and that, and he picks up on things just like that, and it's lovely, boxing wise, you know what I mean? So that's wisdom for you. But I think, where did I get back in touch with Billy Joe now? I think I phoned Billy Joe out of the blue once, about 5-6 months ago, or 6-7 months ago, 8 months ago even. I phoned him up. I wanted to see if he could do me a favour regarding a fighter I was looking after at the time. And he went, "Oh, Mark, listen, I'd like to come down and see you." And it went from there, really. So, and then I ended up doing something with him or training him with his team for the Murray fight. And here we are now, yeah.
When you first began starting to train Billy Joe then, Mark, what did you make of him, seeing him back in the gym? Did you just see what everybody sees on a fight night, that southpaw style? Was he easy to kind of get back into a routine of committing himself to the gym and getting back onto what everybody believes will be one of Canelo's toughest tests with regards to a style?
No, Billy Joe's like, he's a phenomenal, it's more than phenomenal, he's just a very, very tricky, slicky boxer. Clever as well. But he's always did what he's had to do, I think, to get by, if you know what I mean. And when he was up against Andi Lee at the time, I believe they called it a 50-50. I thought it was a 60-40 or even 70-30 in Andi Lee's favour, because he was the knockout artist of back then, the middleweight knockout artist, tall and rangy, difficult. Billy Joe a bit short, getting inside that range, but he dealt with him in good fashion. So what was the question now? What did you say?
Just kind of getting Billy Joe back into the training, training.
No, it's not hard to motivate Billy Joe Saunders at all. He don't need a lot of motivating. Now and again, he don't need. I'm saying not even now and again. When he's got someone in front like this man here, he don't need motivating. He don't need motivating at all. Needs reminding bits and pieces. Not even reminding. Just he's an accomplished double world champion. So but he needs people around him who he can trust. And once he's got people around him who he can trust, he can perform. Yeah.
Everybody sees Saul Canelo-Alvarez as the pound-for-pound star in the sport. For Billy Joe, just how special of a performance does he have to produce on Saturday night?
He has to be at the top of his game. Billy Joe Saunders does, and so does Canelo-Alvarez. And it's going to be a great fight. I mean, it's the best fighting the best fighting the best in this amazing city. You know, it's beautiful, eh? And I'm very proud of that. Every time I get up in my hotel room in the morning and look at that, you know, I'm very, very proud of that. And his father must be, that's my son. You know what I'm saying? So, but Billy Joe's in a very, very good place right now, and he's in the best place I've ever seen him, physically, mentally, and spiritually. He's on this game. He's on this game, and he wants to win. I believe he's gonna win, and he's got what it takes to beat this superstar Canelo-Alvarez.
Talk about the training camp, Mark. I know you guys started out in Spain, you moved over to Vegas, now here in Texas. What made you guys take the decision to effectively just have warm weather training throughout the majority of his camp?
Well, it ain't so much warm weather training, although it does help. It's always nice to get up when the weather's nice and train and get your workouts. It's always good for the old bones, mine especially. But no, it's more. Years ago, we decided to take Billy Joe Saunders to the MGM gym in Marbella in Spain, and it worked really well for us. And for the simple fact is, it was less family distractions and friends, so to speak, you know, because, you know, business is business, and we felt that it worked for Billy Joe Saunders. It don't work for everybody, but it worked for him. And when he parted away with my father, he still continued to do warm weather training. So yeah, it works wonders for Billy Joe. I mean, we've got to make sacrifices, all of us, sacrificing our families and whatnot. But you know, it's all worthwhile when you get your fighter in the position and the place he has to be to perform. Yeah.
Mark, I know everybody looks at Billy Joe as that slick southpaw man, and he will just look to kind of box Canelo. But without giving too much away, I know you won't want to. Is it as simple as on Saturday night we will see Billy Joe look to box and move throughout the night, and Saul Canelo-Alvarez constantly coming forwards, trying to hunt him down, trying to corner him, or is there something else that you guys have up your sleeve?
Well, listen, to boxing people, it's very, very simple. What each fighter's got to do. Very simple. What each fighter's got to do, but they're so both cunning, witty, quick counter punchers. So it could be a bit of a chess game, and my guy may want to demand some respect as well, and he might want to dance. So, you know, you'll have to wait and see on May the 8th.
Mark, I just want to kind of get your thoughts on a few other things which have been spoken about away from the actual fight, but involving it. I know the team weren't necessarily happy with the ring size which has come out today. No UK judge, I don't know if that's been resolved or not, but that was spoken about a couple of weeks ago. The fans being in attendance originally, I believe you guys were told there wouldn't be. With regards to all of that, how has that affected Billy Joe, if at all?
No, it's not. Well, Billy Joe's, he's aware of what's going on. I mean, myself, Tom Saunders Senior, and Tom Watts and MTK are all on this, and it's. You know, you've heard about the difficulties we've had in getting visas and waivers for people and all that. It's not been, you know, we expected all this. We expected this. This is a Canelo-Alvarez show, you know what I mean? But we're not, we see and feel everything what's going on. We ain't stupid. But regards to the ring today was the last straw. Yeah, I was a little bit cross to hear that, you know, we've now got to have an argument over this, excuse me, I've nearly swore then, but over this ring. You know what I mean? We shouldn't have to be doing this. We should not have to be doing this. This is diabolical and bang out of order. I mean, you know, we've bent over backwards to do certain things, this and that, and but now this is the last straw, and I expect MTK to sort this ring business out, and I'm sure they will.
What will be the process then, in your own minds, Mark, as to when you would want a solution for this, and how quickly does it have to be done?
Well, we don't want to mess about. I mean, we don't want to mess about. I mean, we want it ASAP. Like I expected to. I mean, I rang Tom Saunders up today. He keeps telling me, Mark, don't worry about nothing. The boys are on it. But I still want to know. You know what I'm saying? And they're just telling me to stick to your job, crack on. I don't want no stresses. But the thing is, we need to iron this problem out, because it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem for sure. If it's not ironed out, I know it's going to be a problem, because the simple fact is, it's just we want a fair playing field.
Mark, one thing I just want to get your thoughts on. I know Tyson Fury's been out. I know you guys have seen Josh Taylor and what have you. What's it been like for Billy to have that type of support out here in America? And by all accounts, I believe Tyson is coming to the fight on Saturday. To have one of his good mates here, how comforting has it been?
Oh, it's written all over Billy Joe's face when Tyson Fury's around. I can tell they've got a lot of love for each other, genuine trust, and it's an understatement to say what I'm just saying there. It's just natural, it's just natural, and I was very happy to see the magic that Tyson Fury brought into the camp at the top-ranked gym back there in Las Vegas. It was wonderful. And before we left here to come to Dallas, I thought I was hearing things in the house, the big old house we was in. And I runs down and I was looking, I see him around the pool. His boy was in the pool, and Tyson and Sugar Hill and that was all chatting to Billy Joe, and it was his own. They was his friends. I said hello, left them to it, and went back again. And it was lovely to hear that they're coming to Dallas to support Billy Joe, and I wouldn't expect anything less. Yeah.
Mark, I know I said that was going to be the last one, but this is kind of the last couple of ones, just on your heavyweights. Johnny Fisher with a win over the weekend. Just want to get your thoughts on his victory, his performance. Yeah,
well, I see it. I was travelling through the airport, travelling through an airport. Where was I? I was in Las Vegas, and I had it on FaceTime. My mate Charlie Duffield was FaceTiming me on it, and it was a little bit stop start. So but listen, I spoke to Stephen Andrews, who's looking after him for myself. He said, yeah, he done all right, Mark. He said the crowd has worked a little bit, but that's expected. He's a bit excited and wants to do damage, but give himself a bit of distance, he'll do the damage. But it's all in experience, and it'll happen in time. I've got very good high hopes of Johnny Fisher. He's very, very popular. He's big, he's agile, he can punch, and he's got a lovely long left lead, which I think is the best weapon of choice. And if he makes the most of that left lead, he'll have a long career.
And final one, Daniel Dubois having a fight with Bogdan Dinu announced. Why Bogdan Dinu and Mark? And obviously, I think that's for the regular title.
Yeah, I mean, my father's in charge of Daniel at the moment, and I've hear they're doing okay. They're doing well. Still one or two things to sort out with myself and Daniel, and that's all in the process. That's all I can say. But he's getting ready for this fight in June, I believe, early June, and I'm looking forward to getting back and hopefully stick my magic on him in a couple of weeks. Pull him around a week, couple of 2-3 weeks. I don't need that much time with him. He's in great capable hands in my father Jimmy Tibbs, and that's where we are with that. But my mind's been on the Saunders business.
Well, we'll leave that there, Mark. And just for anyone who does comment, I can't remember if it's regular or interim. It's bad of me, I know, but yeah.
WBA interim.
Yeah, but interim. There we go. Cheers, Mark. I wasn't sure which one it was, but thanks for clearing that up for me. I'll leave that there, and I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your night, Mark. I'm sure I will catch you again this week. Thank you for your time, and thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Good man. Thank you. God bless you, sir, and see you again.
Top man. Cheers, Mark.